Welcome back to the Crypto Power Hour, the number one crypto show on Rumble, powered by Solum Global. Of course, with your hosts, George Ballantine, Lance Miliaccio, the Crypto Bros, keeping it real 24/7, 365. This is your ultimate deep dive into everything crypto, blockchain, and decentralized finance. We don't care whether you're a seasoned investor or a newbie, just stepping into the world of digital assets for the very first time. We're going to bring you expert insights, top interviews, exciting new projects, breaking news, and game-changing innovations shaping the future of digital assets. Because you know the plan on this show. In crypto, we trust. George B., what's shaking, bacon? What's going on, man? How are you?
Well, Tim, I'm doing all right. You know, it's Friday, 7 a.m. morning, early, but it's Friday. Weekend's coming. I don't know if it means anything to me, but because I'm always working, always doing something, but it might mean for other people. I don't know, man. It's like a lot going on in the world. A lot of things even going on in crypto that people are missing out in the cycle because there's other things that are taking over. But that's why we're here right now.
That's right.
We got some good news.
We're going to try to always bring you the right info. And of course, everybody's welcome on this show because we get all the stuff. We got a great interview coming up on Monday. And I also heard that Marco Rubio.
No. Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday. I'm sorry. Next Wednesday. I apologize. I'm thinking Monday, our regular show. Marco Rubio is going to be co-hosting our show. I heard just got appointed to be a new co-host to the Crypto Power Hour among his 65 other jobs.
That's possible. Did you see the post I sent you?
I did. He comes out, Marco Rubio. You know, this guy's really grown on me. I wasn't positive. But, you know, you guys, I'm joking around, of course, because you've seen the memes where he's like the Shah of Iran. He's the governor of Cuba. He's going to be the president of Venezuela. So everybody went out nuts. They've been putting him in all of it. I guess he's the head coach of the Green Bay Packers. He's going to be the starting quarterback for somebody else. But he finally came out and said, look, I usually don't buy into online conspiracies or rumors. And what does he do, George? What does he come out and say?
But feel the need to do this at the moment. I will not be a candidate for the currently vacant head coach and GM positions with the Miami Dolphins. While you never know what the future may bring right now, my focus must remain on global events and also the precious archives of the United States of America. So you know what I said to him? I quote posted that. I go, Marco Rubio can't be the head coach of Miami. He might have to take up the new position of Attorney General.
Exactly. The new leadership of the Attorney General. I mean, look, the guys, if I was the Miami Dolphins, I would come out and say, listen, you know, Marco's not really telling the truth. We're happy that it's probably going to happen, but we'll let you know as soon as the contract's signed. If I was the Miami Dolphins, I would come out and I would comment on that. It'd probably go viral as hell. Of course, everybody knows the humor in it, but, you know, it's great. I mean, listen, I like to see humor. You know, we're real people. You know,
at least he's seen the humor in it because I know Devin Nunes on True Social was even ripping on him, getting in on the action. It's fun. Yeah. I mean, it's funny.
You know, Devin's got a good sense of humor, though, too. Devin Nunes.
He does.
You know, you engaged with him early on, and I think he even follows you over on Truth.
He does. I think, is he Cuban too?
Like I think Rubio? He is.
So let me tell you something. What's going to happen? I'll put money on it that Cuba's going to be free. They're going to end the communist country over there.
Well, they sure are in a lot of trouble. So again, we don't normally talk politics on the show. I wanted to bring some humor in because, of course, it's always great. Listen, these are real people. They deserve to have a sense of humor just like the rest of us do. And if you don't have a sense of humor, well, you're in the wrong country and you're definitely on the wrong show. If you're over on the Big Mig show, you better come over there ready for sarcasm and smart assing. That show is Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. That's our main show. It's kind of a Joe Rogan, Sean Ryan style show. It's a variety show. We do some politics, but we do, big important figures. We're working on a couple of interviews. Hopefully we're going to get Gary Brecka lined up soon. We came out of the Mar-a-Lago trip with some great interviews. And we've got a big interview here on Wednesday. George, do you want to give the details of the interview now? I mean, this is our last show before they would know.
For Wednesday, huh? Okay, so actually, if you go to on Rumble here, if you go to the Big Mig documentary channel, I had put up a teaser of it up there. You will see it, and it's Free Joby. This is a guy who's actually The government has a bracelet on him. He's confined to a house arrest, but he hasn't been charged with anything. Hasn't been arrested. And this is all due to some crypto activity. But how do you put a bracelet on somebody when you haven't even charged him? And no matter what he's trying to do, he can't get no answers.
I've got to tell you that would probably be unlawful incarceration. So we're trying to expose everything on this show, and of course, lots of other great interviews coming up. We're working on a bunch of them and getting everything negotiated for times and what's to be discussed. We'll let you know about those, but go take a look at the documentary. Join the documentary channel. Join the Big Mig Show channel. Make sure you follow, comment, subscribe on this show. If you can do the $5 paid subscription, please do. All that money goes back into running the show. If you want to tip in crypto, we've got the Rumble wallet up. You can tip on crypto through the Rumble wallet. You want to throw us a couple of Satoshis? Go ahead. I dare you. And you can also tip us on our website, thebigmig.com, on crypto. George has got wallet address set up over there. And look, we appreciate the tips, Rumble ramps. Otherwise, those $5 subscriptions all go back into running the show. So at the end of the day, any support is greatly appreciated. We put a lot of work into these shows. And George, as usual, brings his A game. We got a great education piece. We had a bunch of people asking why they're trying to buy crypto at a price, and why is the ask price so much higher? So we decided we better do a show on bid and ask. And also they were wondering when they're trying to execute a sale, and that's not with the big cryptos, that's not with Bitcoin or Ethereum or XRP. Some of the smaller cryptos, like, well, what is this slippage thing? What's happening that my trade is executed and it's getting executed at a different price? Well, we're going to explain that also, because I think it's important for people. Remember, this is grassroots education. Even the experience, I had a nice comment from somebody that's very experienced who said, I really enjoyed your last education show because it really told me about some stuff that I kind of thought I knew, but I really didn't know as much as I thought I knew. So newbies, experienced, hopefully you'll come with a takeaway. And maybe you guys will teach you something too. Jump in the chat and also hit us up over at info@thebigmig.com. If you'd like to sponsor the show, we're looking for some sponsors. We can run mid-roll and pre-roll commercials. We can do shout outs on our social media. And of course, we can do, live read commercials. So lots of options.
Oh, what better way? Speaking of live read commercials, Lance, what are you forgetting?
I'm not forgetting anything. I was getting ready to do it. I was just reaching into the drawer.
How it's done. Go ahead.
I was reaching into the vault to grab the prepper bar. Now, we love our crypto on this show, but, again, we also love what? Gold and silver. Got to be happy if you bought any gold or silver 2 years ago and we started telling you we think it's undervalued. Of course, what's this baby? This is a great invention by Genesis Gold Group. It's the 62.2 gram prepper bar, perforated. And you can break it down into 3 different denominations. And we always tell you diversification is key in all financial investments. Now, remember, nothing on this show, nothing in this live read commercial is financial advice. Just a couple of guys that are saying, we want to give you an education, and then you talk to your own financial advisors and make a decision. But the prepper bar, diversification, asset protection from inflation, economic turmoil, or of course, its very unique utility for barter and trade, perfect gift for everybody. Who doesn't like gold and silver at these prices? And you can see those perforations. You can just snap off a small piece to make a payment. So you can have this in your wallet. It's very thin. This one's in a plastic case, so it looks thicker than it is. But you can have it in your wallet, fits in there very easily. And in case, let's say, $40 trillion in debt, and you find out the US dollar is absolutely destroyed. Okay. Or maybe your credit cards aren't working. Well, you could negotiate with silver, maybe break off a piece and make a payment. It's a great way to protect you and your family. Prepper bar is a perfect kit. Comes with an assay report, and these babies are mined and minted in the great US of A. So head on over to thebigmigbar.com. That's thebigmigbar.com. Use all caps prepper. Here's your promo code. Okay. Prepper code. PRPPER. That's PREPPER. All caps prepper. That'll get you 10% off on the silver and 5% off on the gold. Thebigmigbar.com. All right.
Break me off a piece of that prepper bar.
You were trying to trick me because you delayed. I saw a little.
No, I wasn't delayed. I wanted to be able to switch screens and have the music going at the same time because I only have so many hands. You know what I mean?
I got it. Understood.
Okay.
All right. So today, we already said it, but here it is. Education piece. What is crypto bid ask spread and slippage? So, George, take it away, brother. Did we throw up the, did we do the thumbnail already? Did I miss it? Did I was not paying attention?
I did have it up.
That's my bad. Okay. All right.
Well, would you like me to put it up while you talk?
Why not? You're going to talk. I'm letting you run with the dog. Run with the bulls, George. You're running with the bulls, Drew. You did a nice education piece. I'm just going to, I'm throwing a nice spiral downfield. George is in the reception. Yes. It's a touchdown, baby. All right, George.
All right, here we go. I'm just going to switch him off because he probably had too much coffee and caffeine. Poor guy. It's Colorado time. He's up at 5 a.m. I'm Eastern.
No, I'm up at
7.
4
right,
to do this show.
Oh, yeah. All right. Shh, be quiet. All right. What is bid-ask spread? Well, bid-ask, it's like, if you look at the difference between the highest bid price, kind of simple if you really think about it, and the lowest asking price of an order book. Now, if you look at your traditional markets, the spread it's often created by the market makers or broker liquidity providers. But in the crypto markets, the spread is a result of the difference between limit orders from buyers and sellers. Now, you can make an instant purchase, don't get me wrong, but you need to accept the lowest ask price from a seller. If you'd like to make an instant sale, you take the highest bid price from a buyer. You ever go on like eBay, and they'll put something up for bid, but then they'll have like the bid, like the buy price right there. You can buy it, something similar to that. So more liquid assets have a narrower bid ask spread, which means buyers and sellers can execute their orders without causing significant changes in the asset price. Why does this happen? Well, it happens due to large volumes of orders in the order book. A wider bid-ask spread will have more substantial price fluctuations when closing large volume orders. So now we got market makers and bid-ask spread. Market makers. What does that remind me of? Market makers. Matchmakers. Oh, there we go. So this is like the concept of liquidity and essential to financial markets. So if you're going to try to trade on low liquidity markets, you might find yourself waiting for a while until another trader matches your order. That's right. But if you're going to create liquidity, this is important now. But not all markets have liquidity from individual traders alone. You'll see like always, traditional markets, for example, brokers and market makers provide liquidity in return for bid-ask spread profits. But a market maker, well, they're going to, take advantage of the bid-ask spread simply by buying and selling an asset simultaneously. There's nothing wrong with it, but they can do it. If they're able to do it, they do it. But by selling at a higher price and buying at a lower price over and over, market makers can take the spread as profit. Sounds good, right? I would do it. Even a small spread can provide significant profits if there's big if traded in large quantity all day, which is, you're going to see low profits on each one, but it's going to take you all day. A lot of transactions. If you're up for it, hey, you could do it. But assets that are in high demand have smaller spreads as market makers compete and narrow the spread. Now, I'm going to give you an example right here. A market maker may simultaneously they're going to offer to purchase a BNB for $800 per coin, and they're going to sell that BNB for $801 a coin. Creating what? What are they creating? $1 profit, $1 spread, whatever you want to say, however you want to look at it. But anyone, that means anyone who wants to trade instantly in the market will have to meet their positions. Now, the spread is now profit for the market maker who sells what to buy and buys what they sell. I mean, it's nothing nefarious here going on. You just need to know the ins and outs of it. You can do it. Lance can do it. I can do it. But if you're going to make only $1, it's going to take time and a lot of transactions. So I'm gonna take you through some real world cryptocurrency examples and what the relationships between volume, liquidity, and bid-ask spread. Now, if you look at like Binance's exchange, IU, you can easily see the bid-ask spread by switching to the depth chart view. Once again, that's the depth chart view. This button is in the upper right corner of the chart area. So let me just put up a media, Lance, so we can bid on this. Bam. Look at that. So if you look on this, the media right here, this chart, if you look at the depth option, it shows a graphical representation of an asset's order book, right? You can look, you can see the quantity and the price of bids in green. It's right there. Market buys 118,475.04. That's in green. Along, you'll see with the quantity and price of ash in the red. Market sell, 118,475.03. Not too good, eh? But you can calculate by taking a red ash price and subtracting the green bid price. Not a lot of profit there, is it, right? 0.1. You could do it, though, if you want. I don't know, Lance, you in for that or no? But
no, that seems a little risky and a little rich for my blood. But at the end of the day, the market makers, they make these micro amounts over and over and over and over again because in many cases they are extremely flush, right? They've got a lot of depth, which means they got a lot of money. So making micro transactions, it doesn't seem like it's profitable, but if you do it hundreds and or thousands of times a day, you can imagine what happens here.
Oh, big things happen. So I'm going to take you now through the bid ask percentage. Now I'll put up another piece of graphic here for you guys, so it's easy for to follow. Hope you can follow it. But if I'm going to compare the bid ask spread of different cryptocurrencies or assets, look, you have to, you must. It's a must. You have to evaluate in the percentage terms. Now, some say the calculation is simple. It could be for some, not for others. But let me take you through it. You have the ask price minus the bid price times the ask price times 100. So equals bid ask spread percentage. I know it seems tough, right? But here, we're going to take none other than an official Trump meme coin. Trump as an example.
Okay, now this may be one of the few times you see us putting up a lot of stuff on meme coins. You know our position on them. They're really volatile. They're really risky, but this is interesting in itself.
Yeah. So at the time of writing, Trump has an ask price of $9.44. You see it in the green right there. And a bid price of $9.43. You see it in the red. So the difference gives us a bid ask spread of what? 0.01. And you got 0.01 times 0.01 divided by 944. Then multiplied by 100. It gives us a final bid ask spread percentage of roughly 0.106%. Yeah, not a lot, but it is what it is, right? Now, here's a kicker. Now, suppose that Bitcoin had a bid ask spread of $1. Now, while it's larger than what we just saw with Trump, when we compare them in percentage terms, Bitcoin's bid ask spread would be only 0.00844%. That's considering the $1 spread scenario. Now, Trump also has a significantly lower trading volume, which is going to support this theory that less liquid assets tend to have larger bid-ask spreads. Now, when you look at Bitcoin, it has a narrow spread that allows us to draw some conclusions. An asset with a smaller bid-ask spread percentage is likely to be much more liquid. Now, if you want to execute large market orders, by all means, there's usually less risk of having to pay a price you didn't expect. The price you didn't expect. What is slippage? A lot of people don't understand what slippage is, but this is actually common occurrence in markets with high volatility and low liquidity. Slippage occurs when a trade settles for a different price than expected or requested. Now, this has happened to me. So if I'm looking to buy some coin and I'm on the exchange and it says, let's just say it's $1, right? All right, I'm thinking I'm going to put in $1. I'm going to put in my order, my request order. Because time has elapsed and crypto's fast, the blockchain, speedy, it could have changed. It could be $1 or 99 cents. So that kind of like your slippage right there. So, it's simple in itself. But
I think you were a little confusing there. Hold on a minute, because you said 99 cents. Slippage would be when you pay. So on a buy order, it's when you're trying to buy it for $1 and you end up having to pay $1.01 or $1.02 because you end up having to increase your market order at that price, meaning the price of the market order. So all of a sudden you're not paying $1, even though when you go look it up on Google, it says it's trading at 98 or 99 cents. So I think that might be a little clearer. I was a little confused there for a second.
You're still going to be paying $1, but you're not going to get that much in crypto that you thought you're going to get, because crypto, you don't have to buy. You can spend whatever you want. That's the difference.
No, but the idea is when slippage occurs, it's because you can't get it bought for the dollar amount you want. The order won't fill. So if you put it out at $1 and there isn't a lot of liquidity to get somebody to sell, you have to raise the amount you're offering, which means if you're buying $100 worth at $1, you would have got 100 different crypto coins. But now if you have to pay $1.01, $1.02, you're not going to get an even 100. You have to mobilize the market because there isn't liquidity to fill your order at that dollar price.
Could be difficult to understand, right? But we're just breaking it down. Lance just did a good job. All right. So you have positive slippage. What he was kind of just talking about. Slippage doesn't necessarily mean that you'll end up with a worse price than expected. Mm-hmm. Positive slippage can occur if the price decreases while you make your buy order or increase if you make a sell order. I was just saying that, Lance. That's what I was talking about.
Oh, okay. Maybe I got confused then.
Yeah. That's all right. I mean, we all learning. There's a learning progress, all this stuff. Listen, Lance and myself, we don't know everything crypto, but we do learn. We take our time. We take a lot of courses and stuff to try and learn. And
we've definitely made some mistakes. We've definitely taken some hits along the way, but it's part of the process. There's no instant win here. Even with the show, thinking that there's a lot we do know, there's plenty we do not know.
Right. So now we have slippage tolerance. Now, some exchanges allow you to set a slippage tolerance level manually. This is actually to limit any slippage you might experience. So you'll see this option, which is automated market makers like Pancake Swap or Uniswap. This will it's going to tell the system, I'm okay, I don't know, trading price being off by whatever percentage. Now, that amount of slippage you set can have a knock-on effect on the time it takes your order to clear. So if you set a slippage low, your order may take a long time to fill or not fill at all. But if you set it too high, another trader or even them trading bots may see your pending order and front run you. Now, in this case of front running, I know you're like, front running? Is he running in front? Pretty much. This happens when another trader sets a higher gas fee than you to purchase the asset first. Now, that front runner then inputs another trade to sell it to you at the highest price you're willing to take based on your slippage tolerance. Now, something like, there's one thing I disagree with. If you're going to put a slippage tolerance, nobody should be able to see your slippage tolerance where they can kind of do this. Because then you could actually set bots. This is actually a good idea. I just came up with this. You can set bots to do this all day. Look for that tolerance and buy it from underneath you and sell it right to you for your highest slippage percentage.
People are doing that.
I know, but how do you
and there's a lot of bots on Polymarket.
How do you minimize negative slippage? Well, you can't always avoid slippage, but there are some strategies you can use to try to minimize it. One, you break up large orders. Instead of making a large order, try to break it down to smaller blocks. Keep a close eye on your order book, but spread out your orders. Make sure not to place orders that are larger than the available volume. Don't buy what's not there. Don't put an order in. But now also, no matter what, you always check transaction fees. Now, if you're using a decentralized exchange, don't forget to factor in transaction fees. I know a lot of people forget this. They say, crypto is, let's say, $10 and you buy $100 worth. That's 10 coins right there, right? But then there's going to be fees. It might be gas fees or exchange fees, anything. It all depends on where you're at, where you're buying and what exchange. Some networks actually have hefty fees, depending on the blockchain's traffic, which actually can outweigh the gains you make. Now, another big step here is avoid low liquidity assets. So when you're going to deal with any kind of assets that have low liquidity, like a small liquidity pool, and I know Lance has talked about this a lot of times when he talks about liquidity pool. He's very onto this one. Your trading activity could significantly affect the asset's price. So if you can, pick markets with better liquidity instead. Now you can use limit orders. Unlike market orders, limit orders only execute at your desired price or better. Now you may have to wait longer, but they're a reliable way to avoid negative slippage. So patience. Patience is a virtue in this part. Like if you apply patience, you'll probably be in a better position.
No doubt.
Better, always better.
Yeah, you don't want to be FOMOing yourself, FOMO, which is fear of missing out, because you'll start chasing the price. And it just seems like cryptos always have a way of pulling back and giving you an opportunity. Like recently, you had an opportunity to buy XRP at an amazing price, below $2. I don't know how many people did. We did. We bought a little bit. The point is, dollar cost averaging, just being patient. Cryptos move. Sure, I don't think Bitcoin's going to return to its early prices, but you did get a decent pullback recently, which if you were waiting to buy some Bitcoin, it was probably a great opportunity to add some Bitcoin to your strategy. So I think don't forget that a bid-ask price or slippage can change the final price of your trades. You can't always avoid them, but it's worth, factoring into your decisions. Is a little slippage going to impact you? For smaller trades, it can be very minimal, but remember that with large volume orders, the average price per unit might be much higher than you ever expected. So when you start experimenting with decentralized finance, understanding these three, I think crucial issues, I think they're an important part of really trading basics. And I think without basic knowledge, which you can always get on this show, you can also get advanced, you're going to run a very high risk of losing some money or maybe or all your money if you aren't paying attention. Because there are a lot of things, gas fees and slippage. These are the things you have to look at because depending on what amount of money you're trading, it can be really impactful by the end of the year. It can make a major difference in what your portfolio is worth.
It definitely can be. Hold on. I was just looking at something. I wanted to see something if it was market. I mean, Lance, you kind of just summed it up for everybody.
Yeah. I was trying to give it a wrap up there.
All right.
Of course, here on the Crypto Power Hour, we got to take a short break. And then we're going to come right back. When we come back, we're going to because of the top news. Swift, baby. Swift is back in the news. And of course, what they said, I'm laughing, but Swift and XRP, interesting news. Stay tuned. The Crypto Power Hour will be right back. While we're on the break, take the live link. Share it on all the platforms. Share it far and wide. Let them know that we're down here doing the good work. And if you'd like to sponsor the show, hit us up at info@thebigmig.com. We're going to be right back. Stay tuned.
Don't go nowhere. You got to wake up. It's Friday morning. Wake up. It's Friday. It's a weekend.
Are you ready to stand up for your community and support your local sheriff? Join the Constitutional Sheriffs and Peace Officers Association and become a vital member of the Sheriff's Citizens Posse. At CSPOA.org, we empower citizens like you through weekly webinars, arming you with the knowledge to back your constitutional county sheriff. Together, we can uphold our Constitution and ensure liberty and justice for all. Your community needs you now more than ever. Visit CSPOA.org and join the Sheriff's Citizens Posse today. Make a difference. Stand for freedom. That's CSPOA.org. Your country, your fight, your future.
What if you could predict your financial future? And what if you could trade on it? Introducing Block Trust IRA, the future in your hands. An astonishing 88,000 millionaires were created last year from the Bitcoin boom, and you could be next. Block Trust IRA is the only crypto management firm powered by AI-driven strategies, ranked #1 in the world by Bitcoin Magazine. The Block Trust IRA platform is built for everyone, from first-time buyers to seasoned investors. Predictive AI technology that was once only reserved for insiders and elites is now available to you. It's time to leave the old buy and hold strategies behind. Your assets are protected with military-grade security, offline cold storage, and $200 million in insurance. Visit BlockTrustIRA.com to book your free consultation and ask how to claim up to $2,500 in deposit bonuses today. Bitcoin changed the game. AI changes the strategy.
Hi folks, I'm here today to introduce you to the Prepper Bar from PrepperBar.com, the most unique precious metals product we have seen in a long time. These 62-gram bars are perforated and easily broken down into your choice of 3 different sizes to fit a multitude of needs. Whether it be from asset protection from inflation, economic turmoil, or its unique utility for barter and trade, the Prepper Bar makes a perfect gift for all the precious metal lovers out there. Exclusively made here in the USA and selling out fast. Available in both gold and silver, these slim Prepper Bars fit neatly in your wallet, and their utility enables use in any situation.
forged through rigorous training and honed by the finest instructors on Earth. These canine units serve beside our nation's warriors as they fight to preserve what we cherish. When these warriors complete their duty, the Warrior Dog Foundation provides them with a home deserving of the service they've given us all. At our state-of-the-art kennels, they receive rehabilitation and care suitable for heroes, because that's what they are. Be a part of giving them a future today. Visit warriordogfoundation.org.
All right, welcome back to the Crypto Power Hour, powered by Solum Global. Here with your host, Lance Migliaccio, yours truly, George Ballantine. We got the Crypto Mafia in the chat and the Crypto Army out there. Listen, if you're out there listening or watching, if you can, join the chat. If you're watching at work, I don't want to get you in trouble, but I do want you to listen in. But if you can, hit that thumbs up button, the like button, the share button, share this anywhere, help educate people, help us grow the show. And if you can, the subscribe button, anything you can, it helps with overhead. There's also the tip jar. You can tip in crypto now. It's on the site, on our page. Right there.
Feel free to dump 10 or 15 Satoshis in there. No big deal.
I was going to say, feel free to drop half a Bitcoin.
Yeah, I should have said half. I should have said 10 or 15.
Or if you're feeling froggy, fuck it, throw in one Bitcoin for old Georgie boy.
Exactly. What's no step for a stepper? Let's go, baby. XRP, Ethereum, throw in 10 or 15, 20 Ethereum. Listen to me. It'll all go to good use. It'll go right into George and Lance's crypto wallet because we're HODL guys, baby. We're HODL, diamond hands. All right, George. Go ahead.
Give a shout out to the
maybe
sponsor.
I had too much caffeine. You might be right.
You did. I got to shut you off because Lance and I, we have the perfect solution for the people who can't watch their crypto 24/7. That's right. That's why we're here to tell you about BlockTrustIRA.com. They're bringing access to cryptocurrency wealth to everyday people. Their exclusive Animus AI trading platform works 24/7. Analyzing market data and executing advanced crypto strategies that go far beyond buy and hold. This sophisticated technology once reserved only for Wall Street insiders, and now it's available to you. And it's no surprise this system was named #1 crypto technology platform by Bitcoin Magazine out of more than 1,500 global competitors. So listen, whether you're a teacher, truck driver, small business owner, or a retiree, watching inflation eat away your savings, BlockTrust IRA's advanced Animus AI gives everyday Americans the same advantages as a financial elite. And clients, check it out. They're already seeing over 250% returns on their investments, all with military-grade security and up to $200 million insurance. Your wealth is fully protected. So don't wait. Visit BigMintCrypto.com today and see how you can join a financial revolution that's finally giving everyday Americans access to the crypto opportunity of a lifetime. Once again, visit BigMintCrypto.com today, and you can actually get up to $2,500 of free crypto. $2,500. QR code's right here. Take a screenshot, save it to your photo files, and it will take you right to the BigMintCrypto.com. But don't go now. Go later, because we got some crypto education to do. That's right. I said education because not everybody understands.
Edumacating.
Inside joke. So,
yeah, it is an inside joke for everybody, but we do joke about it on the show a lot. I don't even ever take it seriously. I'd be like, how come these two Italian guys can't pronounce anything? Yes, we do know it's educating. Somebody actually said that to me a couple of weeks ago.
Come on, no way. Hey, what's the matter for you? We know it's education.
It's edumacating.
I want to educate it. What's the matter for you, huh? All right, anyway, Swift welcomes XRP on one condition. This is coming from the former CEO. Now, I don't know why the former CEO is saying it, but he must know something. So they call him the crypto commentator, Crypto Sensei. He used his latest video to stitch together a set of developments that, taken together, sketch a much more permissive environment for XRP tokenization and bank-led crypto services that many investors may realize. Now, this claim, it's even a headline claim, they might even say. It's a big claim. It's from the former Swift CEO, Gottfried Liebenbrandt. If I said it right?
Liebenbrandt, yeah.
And he was recently arguing that SWIFT could integrate native currencies like XRP once regulatory volatility and legal uncertainty ease.
Yeah, he's right.
But he's stressing that the issue is not the technology, but bank risk appetite. Without clear rules, the benefit do not outweigh the costs for institutions that might otherwise use volatile crypto assets for settlement. So, what are we talking here, Lance? Do we need more?
Here's what I think. I think
crypto.
there's
Go ahead.
First of all, I got to say this, George.
Say it, man.
You made a very smart statement. We were talking about how XRP is in the news nonstop while we were on the break, and talking about the price doesn't reflect the true intrinsic value of XRP, meaning that it is a much more valuable token than what you're seeing right now. And I don't take that as financial advice. I just think XRP, with everything they've got going on, is incredibly undervalued. Now, the real roadmap for SWIFT integration, or really SWIFT replacement, I think it's narrowing those windows for all the legacy rails. I think that, SWIFT released that new CBPR plus roadmap that was supposed to lock in the migration from classic MT messages to what? We talked about it on the show, the ISO 20022 messages for cross-border payments. And we've talked about the ISO 2002 tokens. Now, there's a lot of hard dates that are running through 2029. So November 2025, there was that full cutover. I'm going to give you what we know so far. Full cutover for all those financial payment instructions to the ISO 2002 standards. Then 2028 to 2029, they're saying there's going to be the staged retirement of non-instruction flows, such as checks and direct debits. But those are going to kind of be phased out. Now, they're talking about banks that refuse to upgrade are going to risk higher fees and eventually exclusion from this replacement / SWIFT 3.0 network. So I think this is structural pressure. You're looking at a lot of these legacy formats, like paper checks being phased out. ISO native payment platforms like RippleNet are much better positioned, in my opinion. And I think you have to look at the nuances that might be lost in these online debates, because you see a lot of people going, I don't know about Ripple. I don't know if it's going to be SWIFT. They go on and on and on. And I think a lot of people are underestimating the fact that Ripple is definitely critical infrastructure. I think you have to look at it from the assessment that even Price Waterhouse says that labels Ripple as a critical financial infrastructure for real-time settlement. Now, it's coming out of Price Waterhouse Coopers. You know how they are. At the end of the day, these cross-border payments and liquidity management tool that really is what Ripple is, it's big. And for a big four auditor like Price Waterhouse, I think that's especially strong language. And in my opinion, that's going to signal the institutional comfort that really is Ripple's role. And I do believe that XRP's price is incredibly undervalued. But again, I'm not giving financial advice. Check it out yourself. But I got to tell you, you might want to just have a little bit laying around. I don't know, George, if you caught this story, 50 Cent forgot that in 2015 or 16, he sold an album and allowed people to pay for the album in Bitcoin.
What?
Yeah, and he forgot he had the Bitcoin up until about a week ago. He forgot he actually owned Bitcoin in this wallet. Turns out it was $64 million of the Bitcoin. Back then it was about, I don't know, it was just like maybe $100. It was very little money that he sold this album for. So he sold an album for Bitcoin. He forgot about it, and now he's got 64 million. Now,
wait. He was able to get into this wallet?
I guess so. That's what he's saying. He just made the announcement, I think, a couple of days ago. But I thought it was funny that he forgot he even had it. Of course, when you're fitty, you got more money than you know what to do, George. You just forget you got that Bitcoin wallet laying around. But listen, let's play this clip from Power Lunch, CNBC.
Hottest crypto trade of the year is not Bitcoin. It is not Ether. It is XRP, the coin formerly known as Ripple, soaring more than 20% this year, becoming the third largest cryptocurrency out there. And there's big money behind this trade. Mackenzie Sagalos joins us now with that XRP trade and what, Mac, is driving all of this interest in XRP.
Now, that's kind of big when you're hearing XRP getting talked about on CNBC Power Lunch. And that's CNBC Plus, by the way. Big deal. I wish we had the rest of that clip. It's actually pretty good. I actually heard the whole thing. So
well, he's also citing, if you look, 2025 to 2026 timeline for tokenization that's going from pilots to production, which is going to outline what banks are building. And they're saying tokenized deposits with 24/7 settlement and programmability. 24/7. What does that mean? On-chain market funds and collateral? I don't know. I mean, you're just saying it perfectly.
Well, look, they're going to tokenize loans, mortgages, trade finance. Mm-hmm. We've heard about mining getting tokenized, government bonds and repo collateral. They're going to talk about intraday settlement. XRP is the only one piece of this. Really, XRP, in my opinion, is the only one that can do all that. And of course, you have to look at when you talk about other products like Ethereum, Solana, Chainlink, Stellar. They're all going to be base infrastructure. We talked about IOTA on the show, XLM, XNC. There are so many great ADA, header hash graph. You got to be thinking about that when it comes to the ISO. I think here's my take. Again, I'm going to go out on a limb here. This isn't financial advice. If you can afford to take some money and put it into all the ISO 20022 tokens, let's say you could throw 5 or 10 grand into those and just diversify across it. I don't think you're going to be unhappy about the results. I think down the road, I'm not telling you one won't beat another, but I think the ISO coins, the ISO tokens are one of the most strategic and least risky investments in the crypto world currently. I think right now, and this is a U.S. summary, bunch of U.S. banks are talking about providing accounts and payments to crypto businesses and users. They're going to offer crypto custody, safekeeping, highly robust. Of course, you get all the security of being a major banking institution. You know, we've talked about these networks and how they're encrypting and even getting ready for quantum computing. And I think they're going to show that all of this can be risk adverse. And of course, they're going to show risk management capabilities by doing it. I mean, look, you're not going to be able to hold the volatile cryptos, but you are going to see these tokens become more and more mainstream, especially here in 2026. So I think this all matters, George, is my point. This all matters.
It does, but a lot of this is coming from Fed Chair Jerome Powell's statements recently, where he says banks are perfectly able to serve crypto customers as long as activities are safe, sound, and compliant. And he goes on, provide accounts and payments to crypto businesses and users. Like, also talking about offer crypto custody and safekeeping if controls are highly robust. He goes on, there's a lot of different things he went over, but, you know.
Well, the inflows
Fed
coming
Chair
in XRP.
Powell's changing, huh?
Well, he probably has to. He's heard a lot of nasty stuff coming out of D.C. I think he sucks. I'd like to crack the Federal Reserve, but that's me. But here's the deal. Look, XRP was really, if you look back to its early startings, right? Back in 2021, we were already doing tens of millions of transactions annually. Now, the other day, we hit 64 million in a single day. And the annual fund flow chart is showing several billion in 2025. So when you start thinking, XRP is becoming incredibly useful. It's well accepted. I think that the prices are way below market. Many people think that it's not ambitious to think $10 or $25 per XRP. Are they going to do any burns of tokens? I have no idea. A lot of people talk about the supply is what's really impacted. And of course, what really hurt it was all that bad SEC policy coming out of Gary the Weasel Gensler. But I think what it really comes down to is you have to start thinking about SWIFT and the modernization of SWIFT, right? It's going to normalize Ripple's role. All the global banks are already fully prepared to tokenize at scale. They're already ramping up. XRP, as we told you many times, has multiple contracts that have never even been announced that they're sitting on. Why? I don't know when they're going to start to announce that stuff. So I think the signal is that not that XRP is one, but that the infrastructure it plugs into is moving rapidly from experiment, of course, to what I consider regulatory and policy-backed deployment.
Yep. All right.
Zcash. This doesn't sound like good news for Zcash.
No, it doesn't. So Electric Coin Company's entire Zcash team quit. It's bootstrap government's rift. But they quit, but they're not going to be stopping though. CEO Josh Swillhart, he's alleging that the board-driven changes to employment terms made normal work impossible and caused the situation constructive discharge while planning a new private money firm. So he announced the team's exit and stated plans to form a new company to continue privacy-focused cryptocurrency development. Now, what's going to happen here? I don't know. He stated he's looking for that a majority of Bootstrap board members had moved into misalignment with Zcash mission. I don't know. What do you think, Lance? Is it going to look good for Zcash?
I don't know, man. I don't think I think when your entire team quits on you, that's a bad sign. I'd have to think that they know something we don't. And I think when you start talking about the entire team, the development team, I mean, they all departed because of governance disputes. Yeah, look, here's the deal. I think Zcash and the company behind it might not be letting all the information out. They're saying that they're going to form a new company to go ahead and continue that privacy-focused cryptocurrency development. But this can't be good when the entire team just says, "Screw you, I'm out of here." So we'll keep an eye on this for you guys. It makes me uneasy for people that are holding Zcash. Of course, no doubt there was a notable price decline because of this news. And I'd have to believe that moving it into a new entity, got to think, George, is going to hurt it also. So for the people that are talking about what's going on here, I don't know. All I know is I don't think we've heard the whole story. So I would be hesitant. If you're sitting on a bunch of Zcash, might not be a good idea to hold it.
No, it might not be. But listen, to each their own. We just tell you what's going on. You can do what you want. We don't give you financial advice on this show. But you know who's making some big boss moves? None other than Trump. He actually linked World Liberty seeks trust bank charter for USD1. You think he's going to get it? I think so. This is looking to bring the 3.4 billion stablecoin under federal supervision, reducing counterparty risk and expanding its reach with institutional users. I don't know. Do we want to buy stuff under the banking with that? I don't know. People might say no, but their crypto link venture, this is behind the USD1 stablecoin. They're applying for a national trust bank charter. Now, if this is approved, I'm going to say it's going to be approved. A move would be bring a fast-growing token operation closer to bank-style supervision. And this is coming as stablecoins push deeper into payments and settlement. Now, according to this company's WLTC Holdings, they have applied with the Office of the Comptroller of Currency to establish World Liberty Trust, which would issue and custody the USD1 stablecoin. I mean, the Trump family just keeps making bigger and bigger moves when it comes to crypto. And I mean, between their mining operation they have in Texas, which is huge, Bitcoin mining, it's unbelievable. Now, what's it going to do? It's going to bring stablecoins under federal oversight. Now, this specific charter is a specific type of banking license in the U.S. that allows a financial institution to operate under federal supervision, but with a narrower scope than a full-service commercial bank.
I got to say something because a lot of people might have seen this. I don't know, George, did you see where True Social, which is TMTG, right, a technology group, is merged with a nuclear fusion power company?
I don't know if I remember that, but go ahead. Let it rip.
Do you know why they did it, maybe?
Oh, it comes on the first page when you open the app, right? Well, fusion power to run mining. Pretty simple.
The genius in the room. But of course, it looks like the real reason for that acquisition is they want to use it to, of course, power their Bitcoin mining company and expand their Bitcoin mining. Because right now, Donald Trump is spending about $37,000, the majority of it on power, per Bitcoin he mines. And they're effectively mining Bitcoin, and they're doing very well. I think him and his family right now own 5,742 Bitcoin, something to that effect. But of course,
how much are they spending on what?
$37,000 per Bitcoin.
You would think in Texas they would have some kind of alternative power, like
all
solar
I can
and
tell
stuff.
You is that is what Eric Trump has come out and publicly said. So I'm going off of those numbers. But if this hydrogen is what they think it is, TMTG will probably be making money off of them, and in fact, using that power to mine Bitcoin. And my understanding is with that technology, they will be well below $5,000 per mined Bitcoin. Can you imagine that, George?
Yeah, that's a big difference. A lot of savings. It's not like they don't need the money anyway, but maybe they can donate some to us.
Yeah, definitely, the Trumps are having a banner year. So keep an eye on this. I believe they'll get the license. How this integrates and what their real long-term plan is, I'm not sure. Of course, it's all about risk and it's all about holders and boosting appeal to the institutions. So USD1 and of course their tokens makes a lot of sense. All right, AWS has already confirmed active interest. Who again? Who are they interested in, George?
XRP for payments, even assigning a team member to explore XRP use cases.
So now, AWS and Ripple are exploring Amazon Bedrock plus XRP Ledger. If that's not big news, I don't know what is.
So they actually, Amazon actually officially listed Ripple as a verified partner. Now this is going to allow financial institutions to use Ripple's payment network on this cloud infrastructure. Although AWS has not officially confirmed using XRP cryptocurrency itself for Amazon retail payments, but they have it listed as a verified partner. They're probably getting all the P's and Q's.
Well, if it's going to be hosted, if they're going to be using AWS's cloud infrastructure as part of this, I'm sure that's part of the deal. We'll use your cloud infrastructure for XRP as long as you guys confirm XRP as a potential payment coin on your network that you can pay for items on Amazon and otherwise with XRP. So that verified partner status is a big deal, not easy to get. And of course, that means that financial institutions could integrate RippleNet, Ripple's global payment networks, directly with their AWS cloud infrastructure. So if you're hosting at AWS, you could also be accepting XRP by fully integrating with the RippleNet. Now, can you imagine what this will do to XRP tokens? Just speculate what that could do.
I'm looking at the price of XRP. I'm waiting for it, saying, why isn't it going higher right now?
I ask that question often, but you know what I'm going to do? We just keep buying, George. Just hodl, diamond hands, hodl. We're doing it. Hanging on for dear life. Going to keep buying. Maybe you want to throw some XRP into our tip jar. We'll take it. We've got that coin crypto wallet up there. You can also tip us on the bigmig.com. Accept crypto over there. Of course, all that goes into running the show. Any tips are appreciated. Every $5 subscription, it all matters. Let your friends and family know this is the spot. We'll teach you about diamond hands. We'll teach you about hodl. We'll teach you about FOMO, slippage, you name it. It's what we do here on the.
Let me play the clip real quick. Ready?
Yeah, let's go.
We're best collaborating with them up front. And then, of course, payments, right? We also have someone on our team dedicated to seeing where XRP for payments can be of use and working with different merchants as well as consumers, platforms and apps to see where there could be a good opportunity for us there.
So I'm going to say to people at Amazon, they're heading all this stuff. They're pretty smart people, and they're going to see the real world cases used for this. And
I will bet
it's going to just keep
Ripple's
growing.
Going to end up on the Amazon ledger. I have no doubt. All right, Florida's Bitcoin. We got one more here for you. This is big. Looks like strategic reserve. Florida's Bitcoin digital gold targets up to 10% of state funds to be put into Bitcoin reserve. So that's big. Key public funds are going to be allowed to hold Bitcoin and ETFs. They're going to enable limited crypto tax payments. Of course, Florida will get paid in crypto, and maybe they'll just keep it in their strategic reserve. So up to 10% of the general revenue. This is a good sign. I mean, whenever you see everybody, the nation's adopting it, Florida's adopting it, AWS wants XRP. All this framework is a big deal, and I would bet this is going to pass. This measure would authorize Florida's chief financial officer and the State Board of Administration to allocate up to 10% of the select public funds into eligible digital assets. I guess the funds would include the General Revenue Fund, the Budget Stabilization Fund, the Florida Retirement System Trust Fund. This is big, George. I like the sound of this. I like the sound of the little Bitcoin reserves going in.
And you want to know why George will be moving to Florida very soon.
Yeah, Florida's making some good moves. I agree.
And this is actually, they're following Arizona, Texas, and New Hampshire, which is signaling broader state level Bitcoin reserves. Everybody's doing it, right?
Yep.
They're getting on the bandwagon.
What? You're here at the infancy.
Don't who's not doing it?
Generational wealth.
You know who's not doing it?
Who?
Liberal states.
No surprise there. I don't like it.
I don't understand why.
Because they suck. All right. At the end of the day, listen, if you love the show, you know what to do. Thumbs up, comment, share, subscribe. Take the live link. Take the short form. Take the long form. Grow your own social media. Get George and Lance, the crypto bros, out there far and wide. We do it here every Wednesday at 7 a.m., every Friday at 7 a.m. Go find our sponsor, Solum.global. Check them out. Big moves there on the horizon. Solum.global on X. The Crypto Power Hour on XG, Valentine, Lance, Miliacho, and the Big Me Show. Go find those 5 accounts. Give us a follow. And come back on the show. You can always come in the chat on next Wednesday and tell us all about it. Remember, big interview on Wednesday. You're going to want to hear this. Very, very interesting crypto.
Free Joby.
guy.
Free Joby.
Free Joby. Go watch the documentary on the Big Mig documentary channel. You can also find our regular show on Rumble, Locals, and now back on YouTube. Crypto Power, I'll be back on YouTube soon. Hopefully, we're working on that. Looks like they're going to approve it to go back on. Stay tuned. Stay frosty. George, last words, buddy.
All right. See you at 11 a.m. for the Big Mig Show. If not, you all have a blessed weekend. Stay safe out there. Be vigilant. God bless.
Are you ready to stand up for your community and support your local sheriff? Join the Constitutional Sheriffs and Peace Officers Association and become a vital member of the Sheriff's Citizens Posse. At CSPOA.org, we empower citizens like you through weekly webinars, arming you with the knowledge to back your constitutional county sheriff. Together, we can uphold our Constitution and ensure liberty and justice for all. Your community needs you now more than ever. Visit CSPOA.org and join the Sheriff's Citizens Posse today. Make a difference. Stand for freedom. That's CSPOA.org. Your country, your fight, your future.
What if you could predict your financial future? And what if you could trade on it? Introducing Block Trust IRA, the future in your hands. An astonishing 88,000 millionaires were created last year from the Bitcoin boom, and you could be next. Block Trust IRA is the only crypto management firm powered by AI-driven strategies, ranked #1 in the world by Bitcoin Magazine. The Block Trust IRA platform is built for everyone, from first-time buyers to seasoned investors. Predictive AI technology that was once only reserved for insiders and elites is now available to you. It's time to leave the old buy and hold strategies behind. Your assets are protected with military-grade security, offline cold storage, and $200 million in insurance. Visit BlockTrustIRA.com to book your free consultation and ask how to claim up to $2,500 in deposit bonuses today. Bitcoin changed the game. AI changes the strategy.
Hi folks, I'm here today to introduce you to the Prepper Bar from PrepperBar.com, the most unique precious metals product we have seen in a long time. These 62-gram bars are perforated and easily broken down into your choice of 3 different sizes to fit a multitude of needs. Whether it be from asset protection from inflation, economic turmoil, or its unique utility for barter and trade, the Prepper Bar makes a perfect gift for all the precious metal lovers out there. Exclusively made here in the USA and selling out fast. Available in both gold and silver, these slim Prepper Bars fit neatly in your wallet, and their utility enables use in any situation.
Forged through rigorous training and honed by the finest instructors on Earth, these K9 units serve beside our nation's warriors as they fight to preserve what we cherish. When these warriors complete their duty, the Warrior Dog Foundation provides them with a home deserving of the service they've given us all. At our state-of-the-art kennels, they receive rehabilitation and care suitable for heroes, because that's what they are. Be a part of giving them a future today. Visit WarriorDogFoundation.org.